Hi Math 1046 gang. In this video I'm going to show you around our D2L classroom for Math 1046 and also show you what things that you need to focus on in the welcome unit. So first of all, here I am in our Math 1046 course. Now your number might be a little bit different depending on what your Math 1046 section is. And this first page is called the course homepage, and you can always get back to this course homepage by clicking on this tab in the top menu bar. And what we see on the course homepage is, first of all, my news feed, and this is where I post all of the important information that you know. For the first little bit, there will be lots of announcements during the next couple of days, but as we get into the course, you'll see that I post at least once a week with a weekly newsletter of things you need to focus on. But for now, it's important that you check in to your course daily, and in the welcome unit, you'll see that there's a to-do list where you can set up notifications so that you get an email or a text message through your cell phone that tells you when I post. So this is the way that I primarily communicate with students, is through this announcement feed. Now, as I add more announcements or more posts, you will the news feed will get longer, and you'll need to scroll down, and all of the posts are saved in the archive. So if you want to see all the news posts, you can go here to show all news items, and that will bring you to the news feed archive. So you can always look back in the news feed to see what you've missed. You can also access that too without having to scroll down by just clicking on, let's bring that back here. There we go. Clicking on the arrow and saying go to newsfeed tool, and you'll get back to see all of the newsfeed articles. So this is the news feed. On the left here we have the calendar, and this is where all the deadlines you'll see for the course are listed so that you can keep track of those deadlines. There's also a schedule in the welcome feed or the welcome unit as well, but this is a great place to also see your calendar events. And when we get into Skype meetings, those will be listed here as well as the links. And if you scroll down the page, you will see the green Pearson box or widget. This is where you sign into your My Math Lab companion course for Math 1046. Now this is a mandatory course that you need to link to. If you've bought a new textbook, there is an access code, and then you just click on this link and you put in your access code, and off you go. If you aren't buying a new textbook, you can purchase the access code by itself. It comes with an e-text, so if you don't want to buy a hardcover textbook, you can buy the access code and have the e-text version here. And then some students will purchase a used textbook and then purchase this access code separately. Just buyer beware. If you get your textbook at a higher price, the combo fee for both the used textbook and for this could be more than the brand new textbook. So just be careful on that. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the news feed. I'm going to bring this back. In the news feed, I do give my contact information. So there's my email, there's my cell phone number. You can call me or text me, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions and guide you. I'm more like a guide on the side than a sage on the stage, as they say, and I'm here to help you be successful in the course. So let's now go to the welcome unit. and look at what we need to be doing in that welcome unit. And you can see that the welcome unit is due September the 14th. So we want to get this stuff completed as soon as possible because we want to get into the refresher unit. So let's go and find our units, find our welcome unit, find our refresher unit, and see where we go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to click on content. I can get back to the course home by clicking on course home, but right now I want to go to content to see all of my units. When you first click on content, you might not get, you'll get the last unit that you looked at. So if you haven't clicked on content yet, there might not be anything in on this side of the page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the welcome unit. There we go. And now I'm into the welcome unit. And you can see that you need to scroll down the page to see everything in the welcome unit. The way to work through each of the units is to always start at the top of the page, read the little blurb that comes in that's in the top window. It will give you a little bit of guidance as what to expect in the unit, and you can see in the welcome unit it says find the course overview, which is right here, and click on it. Then you're going to want to, as you go through each of the material and read each of the material pieces, so course overview, to do, you want to just click on each of those subject headings, read through, do what it says to do, and then move on to the next one. So there is an order to the things that you need to do, and you can see that as you complete them, you'll get a check mark that shows that you've looked at each one of these things. Whoop. There we go. Then, as you work through each of the units, you can click on the next unit. Here's the 1 week refresher, and then work through those things. But I'm going to go back to the welcome unit before I get too far ahead of myself. So here I am in the welcome unit. The course overview is going to just give you an overview of what to expect in the course. We have the to-do list, which is the main thing that I want you to concentrate on in the welcome unit, because as you go through the tasks in the to-do list, you will be setting up your computer to work in this D2L environment and in the course. The course outline and work plan is going to give you the expectations of the course, what we expect in terms of passing the course, the marking weights associated with all the different elements in the course. My contact information is there. The textbook information is there as well. So this is your go-to student guide for Math 1046. There's another schedule and deadline here, which is a great resource. So not only do you have the calendar on the course homepage, but we also have the schedule and deadlines, and you can see that in here. Here we go. Here's the schedule and deadlines, and you can go to this page. It's great because it tells you the chapters in the textbook that it's covering. It's got links to the different assignments that are due for each of the units. It also lists the tests, and you can see that there are 3 proctored tests in this course, and I'll be talking about that a little bit later. Not in this video, but later, about these proctor tests and what to think, what you need to arrange for these tests. But I won't do that in this video, or else we're going to have a very long video. So I'm going to get back to our welcome unit. So I can go back to the welcome unit either by clicking the welcome here, or I can just go back through content, whichever way you prefer. I'm going to go back through content. Here we go, and I'm back in the welcome unit. Scrolling down a little bit more, we see that there is a course introduction quiz. This is just a self-assessment to see if you understand the expectations that you've read in the course outline and the schedules. If you haven't done so already, introduce yourself in the discussion post. And to do that discussion post, you just click on this heading. It's hyperlinked, and it will bring you to a window that allows you to post your introduction and to reply to other people's introduction as well. And to reply to someone's introduction, you just have to click on their subject line. So just click on this to get to where you can post your introduction, and that helps us to get to know everybody better. And if you have general questions about the welcome unit, you can post your questions here in the Q&A discussion board. And there's one of these discussion boards in every single unit, and I highly encourage everyone to use the discussion boards. If it's a question that's not of a personal nature, please post here, because if you have that question, I am positive that many of your classmates have the same question. So it makes it really efficient to have a one place to post our questions, and we can share our answers with everybody. And please feel free to answer your classmates' questions. You don't have to wait for me to do that. So, as I said, the to-do list is the priority for the welcome unit. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the to-do list and show you some things about that. And the to-do list has an order to it. Whoops, so you just want to start at the top and work your way down. So there's a little video on your options in Math 1046, how to access your college webmail. It's really important that everybody can access their webmail, because this is where your notifications for D2L are going to go to. It's where the college is going to email you important information, and sometimes I email you there as well, but most of the time I'll be using the news feed. Uploading a profile picture is really nice, because then I get to put a face to a name. Now, you don't have to put a picture of yourself if you don't want to. You can put a cartoon character that you think represents you, a nice picture perhaps of a flower, something that represents you. This just gives me a memory tool so that I can associate a name to a picture. Setting up notifications, this is where you want to go to set up notifications. If I posted a new announcement in the news feed, if you'd like to have a notification if someone posts to a Q&A discussion board, this is where you're going to go for that. And you can see that each of these tasks, there's a video that's going to help you with that setup as well. From setup notifications, we go to describe to discussions. You don't have to just subscribe to all discussions, but I would suggest that everybody subscribes to the Q&A discussions in every unit, because you'll want to know when somebody has a question and when it's answered. So subscribing to at least those unit Q&A discussion boards is all we need to do. Setting up My Math Labs, as I said, that's where your homework, your quizzes, and your tests are housed. So it's important to get that set up as soon as possible. My suggestion is that if you don't have an access code right away and you're not sure whether you're going to buy the textbook, buy a used textbook, or use the e-textbook, there's a great free for 14-day trial option, and you just click on that and you'll have instant access to the course, and you'll have 14 days to try it out, and any progress that you do in the My Math Lab, it's saved. So after the 14 days, you'll be locked out without the access code, but as soon as you put in the access code, you'll get right back and you won't lose any of your work. So if you're kind of wondering what you want to do, just click on the free for 14 days and we can run with that for the next 2 weeks. So there's a setup guide for My Math Lab. You want to just follow that, and that will show you how to set it up. Do not use the course ID and the Pearson website that came with the new textbook, just follow these instructions because they're how we do it in D2L, which is a little bit different from what the instructions in the new textbook say. And lastly, we want you to set up Skype for Business. And Skype is how we're going to do our live webinars. So once a week on Monday evenings, I'll give you the time and the first date soon. It's a time for you to come into the a live session and ask me questions. These are not mandatory and all will be recorded. And you can even send me your questions if you can't be there, and I will do them in the live session, record it, and then you can watch them later. So in order to be a part of those Skype sessions, you just want to make sure that you have it set up on your computer, and it's pretty easy to set up. If you have any technical questions about those, then just let me know and I can give you a hand. And lastly, there's cell phone email set up if that's something that you are interested in doing. So the to-do list is what's going to take the most time, and depending on whether you have technical difficulties or not, hopefully it will go fairly smoothly. Once you're finished with the welcome unit, the next unit that you're going to move on to is the refresher unit. And the refresher unit I'm going to explain in another video, but here we go. Here's the 1 week refresher unit. And you can start by just, again, reading the top of the page to hear a little bit about it. And I will, in the next little while, be posting a video on what the refresher unit is all about. So if you have any questions about this video, please post to the welcome unit Q&A, and feel free to reach out to me if you have questions or concerns. You can call, text me on my cell phone, or you can email me. Hope everybody is having a smooth go of it so far. Bye for now.